Well, good evening. My name is Steve Burns. I am with Alovea. I'm a social business partner with Alovea. And Alovea is a public benefit corporation that distributes the best nutritional products backed by science that we can find. And we are always looking for new discoveries and trying to bring the best of the best to marketplace. We are a social business. In other words, the proceeds, or a lot of them from this company, go toward social causes, specifically, in our case, malnourished children. And to tell you a little bit more about social business and what we do as far as that goes, I'm going to bring on our founder and CEO, Mr. Sam Castor. Sam, are you with us?
I'm here, Steve. Thanks a lot. And welcome everybody to the call. Saw lots of names flashing by as the call was getting ready to go. And as Steve said, we are a social business. And if you're not familiar with that term, social business is a for-profit entity that is designed to leverage the economic power of the marketplace to provide sustainable solutions to the world's biggest problems. In other words, entrepreneurs are going into business with the specific design of creating cash flow to provide sustainable solutions through their not-for-profit organizations. And that's exactly what we're doing. My wife and I started a not-for-profit organization over 20 years ago that provides the most advanced immune supporting technologies to the world's most vulnerable, medically fragile children. And we get to see lives transformed in ways that you can't imagine. In areas of the world where modern medicine is not very accessible, turning on a child's immune system is by far the difference between life and death. And we've just seen it over and over and over. Sustainability is the challenge with the not-for-profit industry, raising enough money to meet the real global needs. And so we decided that we would get into a social business platform in order to do that. Now, what makes social business work is a couple of things. Number one, you have to provide unique, proprietary, exclusive technologies that work better on people's biggest health challenges than anybody else in the marketplace. So that's number one. It's taken us several years to access the exclusive rights to the world's best technologies, but that's what we do. And we do it because we are a social business and we carry the influence of world leaders around with us to help us access those technologies. Number two, through a buy one, give one, or we call it buy one, nourish two model of social giving. Every time a consumer takes one of our proprietary technologies, a child in need, through our profitability, gets the access to the very same advanced technology. And that's created the new sustainable way of funding our activity. And then finally, you have to adopt the most aggressive form of market penetration. That's referred to in text as social business 3.0. That's allowing anyone to participate and profit in the distribution and education of new life-changing technologies. Tonight, I think Steve is going to introduce you to our newest technology that we've just launched into the marketplace. It addresses the number one comorbidity factor in the world today. In other words, what is the risk factor that contributes to disease? It's called being overweight, excess fat. It's not natural. It's not by design. It's not what your body needs in order to protect itself and guarantee optimal health. It's simply a symptom of dysfunctional metabolism. Well, there's no shortage of diets in the world. In fact, this year, projections are that Americans alone will spend $200 billion on dieting again. And that this may be the 10th time, the 20th time. So it's not dieting that's new because everybody's been doing that for decades. The problem, it's also predicted that 95% of those people will gain all that weight back. And so that's the dilemma of the weight management industry. Well, science brought us what we think is the most innovative and sustainable solution to the problem of weight control. It's called BioRes. You're going to hear all about it tonight. We're the first company to capture the resonant energy from specific plants that recharge, restore your body's natural processes for efficiently burning fat. So dieting alone can make you lose weight, but you can't keep it off. Until you've restored and recharged those pathways that lead to efficient fat burning, nothing is sustainable. And that's a technology that was brought to us because of our social business commitment. The owners of this technology want their technology to make a difference in the world, not only in the lives of people who are looking for sustainable weight management, but also in the lives of children around the world who get access to our unique technologies. So, Steve, that's in a nutshell what we do, why we're so effective at it. And I can't wait to hear the rest of the call. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Sam. And nobody's better at explaining social business than you that I know of, that's for sure. But somebody invited you to watch this Zoom and to participate in what we're doing here. And you can participate either as a customer or as what we call a social business partner. Either one is up to you. But that person is somebody that is looking to participate in your health journey, your wellness journey. So I want to make sure that you thank that person for inviting you here. Now, as I mentioned, at Alovea, we are always looking for the best in class technologies and nutrition. And we have some of the very best available to us from around the world. As a matter of fact, a lot of these technologies have actually been gifted to us by the manufacturers or owners of these technologies. First of all, there's our Alovea AE that comes from the inner leaf gel of the aloe vera plant, our Original, which comes from New Zealand. It's our antioxidant support, and our Prolane here in the United States. But our newest technology, as Sam mentioned, actually comes from a specific structured water. Now, here are some interesting facts about water. 70% plus or minus of the human body is made up of water. And 75% of living trees and plants are usually made up of water. Each day we exhale toxins. We lose a little bit more than a cup of water every day. And that is a way of cleansing our bodies. Water is a vital nutrient to every cell in our body, to the life of those cells, to the functions of those cells. The carbohydrates and proteins in our body that we use as food are metabolized and transported by water throughout the bloodstream. And it also helps to lubricate joints. But there's another interesting fact about water, and that is it can hold and carry resonance or frequencies. Well, our plants that we consume have frequencies to them. All living things have a frequency, bios in general. And the sun gives plants energies, and the plants then transfer them to us through consumption. There's chemical energy like plant sugars, carbs, and fats, but there's also an electrical energy, a resonance energy, which are frequencies that open and close bioelectric pathways in our bodies. Well, a scientist by the name of Dr. Thomas Wilson has been working on a way to program water. And what do I mean by program water? Well, just like you could program a credit card with an RFID chip, or even put a specific frequency in a phone, you could get that close to a receiving device, and it will open up these pathways to send signals back and forth to allow the bank or the credit card institution to process a transaction. Well, frequencies in our body through plants or through programmed water actually can open up these pathways, open up these signals so that information can pass through. So we have come out with two specific products to start off with that will help in the areas of weight management, because as Sam stated, it is such a big problem in the world. These particular products are called BioRes Thermo and BioRes Sleep. They're designed for 24-hour weight management support. Well, Dr. Wilson has seen through his clinical experience a number of benefits through these frequencies, such as autonomic nervous system modulation, enhanced respiration. Again, I told you that's how we get a lot of toxins out of our body. White adipose tissue or white fat tissue converting to brown fat that our bodies can process and eliminate. They help to uncouple proteins. It reduces oxidative stress in the body. It helps with our digestive tract, our energy, everything we are doing, our thermogenesis. All of these things are benefited and a lot more by the frequencies that are put in the Thermo spray. And this is our daytime spray formula. Next is nighttime. Sleep is a very important part of the weight management process. When we don't get enough sleep, we end up producing extra cortisol, extra hormones. Our hormones get out of balance. We are actually hungrier because we're not getting enough sleep. It sends signals to the brain that we need food for energy, for fuel. But the truth is, we are just not getting enough sleep, and we actually could get by on what we are putting into our bodies. But people have a tendency to overeat when they're not getting enough sleep. So this product is designed for neurohormonal rhythm support to get a deep, effective sleep. And when we sleep is when the toxins inside of our brain get removed. All of our cells produce energy. Well, we have about 80 billion neurons in our head. Some people have more, some people have less. But as those are producing energy, they produce reactive oxygen species, or a little bit of what we don't want in the body. And normally, if we sleep well enough, we have these canals in our brain that shrink up and allow our lymph system to wash these toxins out. But we have to get into a deep enough level of sleep. And when our sleep is interrupted, when we're not getting into that deep level, we don't get to that point where it cleans the brain. It helps with our endocrine system, our supporting proper hormone function. Again, if you don't get enough sleep, you're not producing your hormones correctly. And it helps with memory consolidation or neuroplasticity. A lot of people, when they don't get enough sleep, they don't allow the hippocampus to properly download the signals from our other organs in the brain to promote long-term memory storage. So we might have short-term memory, but we're not able to recall things as well because we're not getting that level of sleep. Well, once again, the frequencies that are put in the BioRes sleep actually have shown that people can get a much, much deeper and better quality of sleep. So these two products combined can help quite a bit with weight management. And the reason that it is such a simple program is you just have to spray 7 sprays under your tongue to start your day of the Thermo, and then another 7 in the afternoon around lunchtime. Sleep 7 sprays before you go to bed. If you wake up during the night, you might need to spray 7 more. And then after a few days, you can adjust as needed. Some people need a little bit more, some people need a little bit less. Everybody is different from a biochemical standpoint. But these two products have been revolutionizing our business just in the last month. The stories that we are hearing on these two products are just amazing. So I'm going to bring a few people on to share some of their stories. And if I could pull this up, give me a moment. I'm hoping that these folks have raised their hand in the chat room so I can bring them on. I'm going to start with Jeff Stelzig. Jeff, I'm going to promote you to panelist. And why don't you come on and share your story with everyone? I'm excited to hear these stories. Jeff, thank you for joining us. If you could unmute yourself and just tell us a little bit about what you've experienced with BioRes. We can hear you, Jeff. Go ahead.
Okay. We were trying to get video on. I'm Keela. This is my husband, Jeff. I'm Keela Stelzig from St. Augustine, the free state of Florida. And I'm 51 years old. And at this time in my life, it's sometimes pretty difficult to sleep and to lose weight. But with BioRes, oh my goodness, have I noticed a huge difference. So when we start on March 25th was our first time using the sleep. And I noticed a difference right away that I slept through the night, and especially because we were in a hotel. So it was pretty awesome. But on day 6 was when I really noticed a difference. And I noticed that even though I'm still getting up in the middle of the night, usually 1 or 2 times, I have zero problem going back to sleep. I mean, I'm out cold fast. However, I wake up before my alarm, and that has never happened in my entire life. So that's huge, to the point of this past Sunday or Saturday night, I drove 2 hours to a concert. And so by the time I got home, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to go to church, made sure that I went to church. And so I set my alarm clock for 8:15, got up before my alarm clock went off, and thinking, oh, no problem, I'll just take a nap whenever I get home from church because I'm sure I'll be tired. Nope, didn't need it. The other thing I'm noticing with weight loss, I've lost 5 pounds. I've lost 1 inch in my rib cage, to the point of where I just recently bought a new sports bra and I'm already not able to wear it anymore. I've lost 3 inches off my waist, 1.5 inches in my hips. I had to buy smaller workout pants. That's never happened. And my jeans are fitting much better. And even my shoes are loose. But I'm full faster, I have no cravings. But one of the cool things too that I think happens as we get older is, this is not really cool, but when we brush our hair, we tend to shed. And it seems like more and more and more. Well, I'm noticing it's less and less and less. I mean, I clean my brush out every morning whenever I brush my hair, and I'm not having to do that. It's sometimes 2-3 days. So I am absolutely sold 100% on BioRes. I think people are going to get incredible results. And I know I just cannot wait to just keep going and getting more and more. We're good.
Okay, Jeff doesn't want to tell his experience.
I can tell you the other night that he put on a pair of shorts and he had to go get a belt, and he hasn't done that in probably 1.5 years.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Jeff,
Yeah.
anything you want to add?
Well, I think just the part that I want to add, I mean, like Keila said, the having to go get a belt, but it's just my sleep has been off the chart good. And I noticed one thing probably in the last couple of weeks, she brought to my attention. She goes, you were sleeping and you'd wake up in the middle of the night and you'd be just sweating profusely. And I'd have to get up and go into another room because, the bed was soaked. Since taking BioRes Sleep, I have not had that happen. So it's changed my sleep considerably, all for the better.
Well, that's great. Thank you both for sharing your stories. And we're hearing a lot of great stories like this all around. I'm going to bring on another success story. Mickey, I am going to promote you to panelist, and you can join in.
Yes.
Hi,
I didn't have
Mickey.
the buttons. Hi, everyone. I'm Mickey Phillips.
Now, Mickey, we lost your sound. Mickey, we lost audio on you, dear. Okay,
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. So you're Mickey Phillips. That's what we heard out of you. Why don't you share your experience, Mickey? We can hear you, so go ahead.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going then. So like I said, I've had incredible results with all the products, but I was especially excited to hear we were coming out with a metabolic optimizer, because I know Alavea only takes to market the best of the best. And my situation is that I've been metabolically challenged for 45 years due to a serious illness and the massive drugs that they gave me to treat it. And so with a compromised metabolic system, no amount of diet or exercise does anything for me. So I jumped on board this BioRes train and hoped and prayed for a miracle. And the other issue is that I've only been able to sleep 2 hours at a time since 2008. So I started this 16 days ago. I slept through the entire night for the first time in 14 years, which is life-changing alone. But I've also had no cravings, and I've lost 8 pounds and 6¼ inches. So if it'll work for me, it'll work for anybody. So I hope everybody will give this a try. It's just incredible and life-changing. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Mickey. We appreciate that. And then I've got one more person to bring on here. Let me get to him. Michael Olson. I'm promoting you to panelist, so you should be on here just a moment. That's a great frozen picture of you there, Michael. If you don't mind unmuting and sharing your story with us on BioRes, I would appreciate it.
How's that?
That's perfect. Now, Michael, you look like a very fit guy.
You could say that. So Mike Olson, Central Wisconsin, 37 years old. All I have to say is huge into the bodybuilding thing and the physique thing. So what you can change on a body and everything, that's what I'm all about. And April 1st is when I really started taking both BioRes Sleep and Thermo consecutively. And a main goal as a bodybuilder is you have your gain season in terms of trying to gain as much weight, and then you have your cutting season. Since April 1st, gaining 1.8 pounds of muscle mass. If anyone understands what that really means, that's incredible, while still losing 13.5 pounds. So to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, it's remarkable. It's a hard thing to do, but on top of having poor sleep for the last 5 years, recovery is a big thing for an actual avid bodybuilder and physique builder. And from that, gaining an extra hour's sleep, with that, the quality of sleep. I have a nice little health tracker that tells me the quality of my sleep. And from that, gaining extra REM sleep and deep sleep means better recovery. And with better recovery means better gains for myself and where I want to be as a goal. So God bless this product. It jumpstarts and kickstarts an accelerated amount as compared to what I've done in the past. And because of that, I'm an avid believer. And it's just flat out amazing so far from how many days we've only been on that. So because of it, just amazing.
Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate you sharing your story, as all of our stories have been great so far. So I'm going to bring my screen back up, and I want to tell everybody about a special that we are running here. This new BioRes formula, and again, it's only been out for about a month, but the company hadn't sold any yet. We actually distributed it to the people that attended our conference. We had a conference with a little over 500 ticket sales that people attended and received the BioRes Thermo and Sleep and got great results. And we are running a pre-launch special. Now, those are scheduled to start shipping this Friday. And so the special ends Friday. Right now, you could purchase either the Sleep or the Thermo for $49. And that is a special pre-launch price. So you want to make sure you get that order in by 11:59 p.m. Central. Don't wait. The sooner you get it in, the better. And if you want to try BioRes, if you're interested, if you think that this is a product that can benefit you, make sure you get back with the person that invited you to hear this presentation, to watch this Zoom. We have some fantastic products here. They're all great. We only bring the best of the best to the marketplace, but these particular products are making a huge difference in a lot of lives already so far. So make sure you get back with the person who shared this with you and ask them how you could get BioRes. And perhaps you want to join us. You want to become a social business partner. help us to help these children in need and make an impact in the lives of people all around the world. God bless you. Appreciate you tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you on another Zoom very, very soon.